Good day, everyone. My name is Blanche Dias, and I welcome you to my weekly video. Thank you for appreciating the ones that have gone before, and I hope you like this one too. Most leaders are skilled communicators. They talk very well, they present their ideas very distinctly, and they are experts in the art of persuasion and negotiation. But for me, the most important part of communication is being quiet and listening. So I have to call my video The Sounds of Silence. In the many years of experience as a teacher and a corporate trainer, it has been my job to talk. But I have also realized that sometimes we over-rely on words. We talk so much that the idea we want to convey gets totally garbled. Being silent sometimes reveals the true meaning of what you want to convey, because you can step back and think your thoughts clearly before presenting them. Well, most people don't really like silence because they believe that this pause in conversation actually is born of awkwardness or disagreement. But that's really not so. Silence promotes reflection. You know, sometimes when you ask someone a question, they answer in a jiffy with the first thing that comes out of the top of their heads. And those answers are most shallow and least creative. Besides, when we communicate, we need time to reflect on ourselves. We have a lot of internal noises within our beings. And when we stop to think, those noises are tuned out and it increases an awareness, and there's a recognition and appreciation for the present moment. Silence reveals truth. Some time ago, I was on a flight to Delhi and I got chatting to the young man who was sitting beside me. He had the most interesting profession. He was a profiler. And he used to interview people, and through their behavior and what they said, he would help the police to crack cases. And I learned a very important lesson from him. He said, the more talk, the less truth. And the wise will always measure their words. Silence also gets attention. When you are silent, there is an aura of a mystery around you, and people do gravitate towards you, wanting to know you better. And this silence is not good just for yourself. If, for example, you have someone who is troubled or in a moment of grief, it is always better to sit in silence, giving a solid shoulder in support rather than empty words to placate and console. Take arguments within families. Which family doesn't argue? But if everyone yells at the same time, all is lost. So when someone raises their voice in anger, you step back, think about the situation, and when things calm down, gather your thoughts and state your case. It is only when you mature that you realize that silence is sometimes better than making a point. You know, I am quite a reticent person. I don't talk much when in a group. And a lot of of people ask me, well, what's wrong with you? Don't you have anything to say? Yes, I have a lot to say, but the difference is I know when to say it. Because the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. A lot of people do not like me for my straightforwardness. I always call a spade, and they lash out at me. And it takes the mickey out of them when all the reaction I will give them is my silence. But that silence gets my point across very effectively, that they're just not worth the effort. To me, the sounds of silence are the most beautiful sounds in the world, because I honestly believe that a meaningful silence is worth 1,000 times more than meaningless words.